creativity? Creativity is not about being able to play a tabla well, play the guitar well. It's about thinking creatively. So at Midas we run a course in creative thinking. What is critical thinking? Critical thinking is the ability to ask the right questions at the right time. For example, if I were to ask you, traditionally what are we taught? 5 plus 5 is equal to question. We have to flip that question and say dash plus dash is equal to 10. Answers are infinite. See, here you have only one answer. We are all traditionally brought up to think that there is one answer to any problem in life. In reality, life has multiple solutions and you don't know which solution is going to work. So, divergent thinking versus convergent thinking. So, critical thinking, as propounded by Socrates, the great philosopher. Socrates believed that knowledge cannot be transferred. It's resident in a human mind. So, to prove his hypothesis, he got hold of a 11-year-old slave boy, जो अनपढ़ गवार था, न नंबर लिखता था, न अक्षर जानता था. He picked up a stick on the hands of paper. He drew a square and he drew a diagonal across. And he started asking the boy questions. At the end of 45 minutes, you'll be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, the boy solved a Pythagoras. So his hypothesis was proved that knowledge is resident in the human being. It's how you ask the question that you can unravel the knowledge. So critical thinking is all about that. And communication is very important because unless we Indians think that if I have a great idea, it's going to work. Unless and until you can communicate that idea very clearly to others, you're not going to be able to say it. I have added 2 more C's in the Indian context. There's compassion and collaboration. How many of us sit in our car and see a beggar begging to us and we say, "Jao"? We don't bother. See, we have become immune to this. You bring a foreigner from America or from UK, he'll be very disturbed, he'll be very surprised at how insensitive we are. Compassion has to come. It has to become a part of our psyche. Empathy is very important. One of the things we do at MIDA is that we assign every student to one of the low-level workers. The one who cleans the floors, the one who makes the bed, the one who washes the bathroom, the one who sweeps the floor, the one who makes that chapati. Each one is assigned one person. You have to spend 48 hours with that person. Make a film on that person. Know their film, their family tree, and write a story about them. And then they come back as humans of MIDA. They sit on a special chair. This employee sits on a special chair. While this person makes a presentation on this employee in front of the class, the winner gets a trophy. The point is that they develop empathy. It's important to develop empathy. Because the peach of creativity is empathy and observation. If you're observant and if you can empathize with others, you can become a brilliant creative thinker. And collaboration is very important because Indians can't work in teams. Surviving in challenging times. Are you a brand or a commodity? What is your unique value? Are you a brand or a commodity? You are a commodity. You are not going to. So commodity means you are driven by market forces. You are not an entrepreneur in the course. You are a trader. You are a trader. You are not an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is somebody who adds value to an existing product or a service. Right? That's what makes him an entrepreneur. And unless and until, let me give you an example. You all know VG Siddharth Gadia, the owner of Coffee Day. I met him sometime in '84. Sitting very disgusted. I said, "क्या हुआ Siddharth?" He said, "कुछ नहीं यार, ये साल coffee, he had 10,000 hectares, so 25,000 acres of coffee plantations even before he began Coffee Day. In '84, he did not have anything like Coffee Day or anything. I asked him, what happened? He said, this year we have to burn our crops. I said, why? Prices in Brazil have gone down so well. The cost of transportation is more than the realization of the coffee land. I don't have any choice, I have to burn down the crop. I said, what do you plan to do about it? He thought for a moment and he pulled out a tissue paper. And he wrote on the tissue paper, a lot can happen over a cup of coffee. He said, आज जो कॉफी मैं 500 रुपये किलो में बेचता हूँ, मैं 500 रुपये में 10 ग्राम बेचता हूँ. So he converted a commodity into a brand. And look where cafe coffee is. So you must be in a position to convert any product into a brand. Surround yourself with people more competent than you. Very important. Often I've seen entrepreneurs, they are like yes men around. Sir, 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 sir. अरे क्या का घंटा सर? You should have naysayers around. You should have people telling you I don't agree with you. Bluntly telling you I don't agree. And then until you have naysayers around, you never grow. When I began playing, I had a dean director and the deputy director and many faculty, senior faculty members of I am Ahmedabad joining and faculty from Princeton, Harvard, Stanford joining. I knew nothing about academics. I used to sit quiet in the room. And at the end of 6 months, I had grasped so much of academics that I was able to direct. Because I was not afraid of surrounding myself with people who were far more competent. Never get insecure because at the end of the day, you are signing the check. There is no need to get insecure. Practice creativity. See, how do you practice creativity? I tell you, in the pandemic time, my son runs a brand called Smarters.com. They are in men's accessories, laptop bag. Brand was doing very well with the pandemic time. He came to me and said, क्या करो? मैंने काम करो. Come out with a product that's sub 500. He came out with a desk mat. And he introduced the desk mat at 999. So selling 150 desk mats a day. His cost was less than 100. Okay, and he's doing very well. Now he has withdrawn that product. So he wants to go into another range of it. He wants to go in luggages and bags and bags. But to think out of the box is very important. How do you practice creativity? By observing and by exercising. Be observer. When I was a kid, I was a very shy kid. I would suck my thumb and sit in a corner. I loved watching. I think that's what brought the creativity inside. Tell you briefly about the middle sector. So there is a moot question. Can entrepreneurship be taught? Are entrepreneurs born or are they made? Well, the answer to that academically is that entrepreneurs can be made. They are not born. How do we make them? There is a concept called Bloom's taxonomy. There are 5 levels of learning, 6 levels of learning that you can do. At bottom of the pyramid, you wrote down formulas and definitions. And level 2 and 3, you synthesize data. When I was a kid, in 8th standard, we had this formula. The rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the force of it. Newton's second law of motion. तो क्या मतलब है अभी भी मालूम नहीं. रोटलन किया है, दिमाग में बैठ गया. उसका क्या मतलब है मालूम नहीं. किसी ने पिंच करके आपको उठा उसके पूछा 7 7 49 इंस्टिंक्ट के लिए आ जाए. So it's all hardwired. Level 2 you have to apply it to problem. I have asked about 1,000 engineers, civil engineers. If I own a hill, what do I own? Do I own the hypotenuse? Do I own the base? Do I own the height? Why? 99% haven't been able to answer me why. It's not their fault. It's the education system's fault. It's not teaching them to synthesize disparate data, to connect unknown dots. At Midas, our focus is on helping students connect the unknown dots. At level 3 is critical thinking, and level 4 is creating and innovating. So we focus on the top 3 layers of the pyramid. There are 5 stages that a student goes through. At stage 1, idea generation. You generate as many ideas as possible. All your creative faculties are fully fired up. We have courses in design thinking, critical, creative thinking, we have courses in theatre, music, dance. So they go through a series of courses in creative thinking. Then they generate ideas. How do you generate ideas? We make them write a bug. What's a bug? A problem you face. One student one day walked up to me and said, "Sir, I got cold food one day." I said, "Power nahi tha." I said, "Gas nahi tha." Then I was playing there in Singapore. There was no gas. Power was not there. I had to have a cold food. I said, "What is the solution?" He said, "Can you not heat food without gas or heat?" I said, "Talk to our scientist on the panel." Scientist on the panel said, "बाजार में से चूना लेके चूना लाया, चूने में पानी डाला, water started boiling." He said, "Use this technology." Today, ladies and gentlemen, he has a patent for a worldwide product where you are able to heat food But pouring it in the inner pouch, crimping the outer pouch with the water and the tsunami, and it touches 45 degrees centigrade in 5 minutes, and you are able to have hot food anywhere, anytime. So a simple problem can get converted into a big opportunity, provided you have power of control. So stage 1 is idea generation. Stage 2 is entrepreneurial fitment. What is entrepreneurial fitment? See, that product market fit is always there. Whether the product and the market are fitting each other. But entrepreneur and product also have to. Somebody may be very good at services. He will be very poor at manufacturing. And he wants to go into manufacturing because he thinks there is a lot of money. So we dissuade him. We developed a unique statistical model which tells you what is the potency of this person to do business in a certain industry. So you get a score. And we recommend to him, don't do this, do this. So there is an entrepreneurial fitment that happens. Level 3 is idea validation. Now you all know the law of decision innovation. It states that 20% of your customers are early adapters. They want the product yesterday. सलमान खान का मूवी आता है तो फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो पे खड़े रहते लाइन 2 दिन के बाद तो ऑफ द काउंटर टिकट मिलता है एप्पल फोन अनाउंस होता है तो लोग लाइन में खड़े रहते हैं तो टोकन नंबर लेते हैं एक प्राइस मेरा टोकन नंबर आ गया है स्टैंड पर क्यू बाय एप्पल फोन आर अवेलेबल 7 days down the line of the shelf. So those who stand in the queue are those early adapters. Those are the people you have to get in touch with your idea. Talk to them. Use the lean startup method where we use build, measure and do. You build a prototype, you measure the response, you learn from the response, you repeat the work. See why most startups fail? Most startups fail because they are not checking the market response. They are doing market service. Market service is never ending. You have to sit down with the customer, do a qualitative service, understand his needs, give him a prototype, build, measure and learn until you have perfected the prototype and then launch it. So you put them to the level 4 is incubation. You incubate that idea. And level 5 is go to market. I finished. My vision about education. In life you have to find your own way. It will not be a shortcut always. In fact, the longer the better. The more of life you get to see and explore, the better.